First of all, my apologies for how long it's taken to upload this part 2. I just got extremely busy, which is a good thing, I shouldn't complain about, but wasn't expecting this part 2 to come so late after part 1. This is going to be a straightforward comparison that anyone can understand. No frills. This upload is mainly going to cover the sound quality. I'll also mention a few pros and cons of all of these speakers. Here we go. To kick things off, which speaker is the loudest? The loudest is the Eevee. A little off that is the QSC. And some way down, not too far down, it's evident that the RCF comes a third when it comes to volume levels. The reason I say it like that is because if you look at the technical spec of the Eevee, the SPL is a few dB higher than the QSC. Even at 20 feet, it's quite difficult to tell. But once you get the meter out, it gives you the reading and it shows you that the SPL is higher on the Eevee. Listening to the RCF, you can tell by ear straight away from the off that it doesn't sound as loud as the Eevee and the QSC. It seems to just run out of steam. You can tell this by ear without any meter. Once you get the meter out, it confirms that. As with the sound quality, I could go on and on and on. There is so much to cover when it comes to sound quality. So I'm going to be going backwards and forwards, saying this about one speaker and that about another. Please bear with me, so much to say. I know some people are against the upload of files containing sound, but there are so many people that do want to hear how something sounds so that they can make their own judgment. Which is why I uploaded part 1. So how do they sound? The RCF, it sounds composed, pleasant, it's pleasing to the ear, it's straightforward, full-bodied, without any dramas. The Eevee sounds clean, clear, expressive, it sounds brilliant, with bags of detail. The detail really shines, with sparkle. The QSC is also expressive and it has a nice, even, flat response out of the box. It's detailed, it's not as clear and clean as the Eevee. It falls a little short. The RCF sounds warm straight out of the box, in my opinion. And considering I would match 12s with subs to get a complete sound. Maybe the warmth of the RCF is a perfect match for the RCF subs, but on their own, straight out of the box, in my opinion, is a bit too warm. The RCF could do with DSP to cut this back. The RCF does have the boost option, but this only adds to the warmth. The Eevee sounds very flat, and flat in my books is a good thing. A nice datum to start from. Not too sure if you could make this out in the audio comparisons in part 1, but the detail in the vocals, sometimes the harshness in the voice, or the percussion, or the overall clarity of the high frequencies really come alive out of the Eevee. It is first rate. The QSC is also very flat, but it produces better low frequencies in a default setting than the Eevee. There's a little bit of warmth there, not too much, just enough. But the QSC, when it comes to the detail of the high frequencies, if you listen very carefully, it can't match the accuracy and the fine detail that the Eevee produces. The RCF has great sound quality. There's no doubt about that. But overall, straight out of the box, the RCF sounds a little too warm. Ideally, I would match a 12 with a sub to get that complete sound. So I require more expression, more high frequencies from a 12. The RCF sounds great, but compared to the Eevee and the QSC, it lacks the detail in the high frequencies. Vocals and percussion, they sit quite deep in the mix, not to the forefront as the Eevee and QSC have. The RCF seems to not be so expressive in the high frequencies. It's noticeable in the audio comparisons where the vocals aren't as clean and bright and they lack sparkle. You cannot pick out the clean, clear guitar riffs, the rasp in the vocals or percussion. They don't seem to be so pronounced. This may all seem like I'm bashing on the RCF and giving all the praise to the Eevee. That's not the case. The RCFs are that good, which is why I have them. The sound comes out of them and it's nice and relaxed and it's nice and smooth. It's easy on the ear. It's rich. Lots of quality, but this is a comparison and I have to compare the three. On the plus side with the RCF, it is the warmest sounding speaker and delivers the best low frequencies. The K12.2 no longer has the deep setting, and the boost on the RCF adds to its low frequency performance. The Eevee and the QSC sound so similar it's uncanny, like they're cut from the same cloth. But the Eevee's performance, sound delivery, sound quality and detail is more refined than the QSC. The Eevee, let's say it's on the floor in monitor mode, it sounds very good, nice and flat. Switch in the menu to wall and it sounds a bit warmer. Then switch to pole and it sounds warmer still. And the delivery is so nice of those low frequencies. Each of these speakers have their pros and cons. The Eevees are really heavy and sometimes they're a mission to lug about. If you need to move the Eevee speaker just 1 foot to the side when it's on the floor, you need to crouch down, grab both handles, pick the speaker up and move it just 1 foot. The Eevee lacks the handle on the top. The QSC and the RCF have a handle on the top so you can lean over, pick the speaker up and move it to the side. Easy. The build quality of the Eevee is superior to the others. The RCF lacks extensive DSP that the other two speakers have, and the RCF also lacks a high pass filter that the other two speakers also have. The QSC and the RCF are both lightweight and they have that handle on the top. If a vocalist in a track has a gritty or edgy voice, or there are parts in a track where there's a lot of expression, a lot of percussion, the guitar, I want to hear it. The RCF is a bit of a smooth operator. That's the kind of sound that you get out of it, very smooth. Whereas with the QSC and the Eevee, there's a lot more excitement. You get to hear the grit if it's in a track. You get to hear the vibrance of percussion coming through so easily, with ease. Whereas the RCF, it kind of tidies things up, takes the edge off them. I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't sound as natural, and it just does too much of a job to make tracks sound smooth. Although saying that, what I love about the RCF is it sounds so different to the other two speakers. The sound is so effortless, it's uncluttered, the richness in the low frequencies. The QSC now has lost its deep setting, so it doesn't have any low frequencies on board that can rival those that come out of the RCF. The QSC and the Eevee sound so identical. It's like they're from the same brand. The Eevee and the QSC produce a more open and airy sound. When it comes to great mids, all of these speakers deliver. When it comes to throw and projection from these speakers, no complaints. But the Eevee and the QSC, having the better detailed performance in the high frequencies, seem to cut through more. So their extension, or they extend a little further. All of these speakers have the wedge, so they can all be used as floor monitors. All of these speakers are winners, whichever one you choose. You've got the RCF with that smooth, rich, warm sound, which is nice and lightweight. You've got the QSC with the 6-year warranty, that DSP and that mixer section. And you've got the Eevee with the superior build quality, which is so solid, that high maximum volume level, and again the DSP. That's it. My opinion, my conclusion. Thank you for watching.